Well, we got what we needed to get done. I think that was the main objective. We held some guys today. Just a lot of guys that we needed to see one more time. Full speed in this situation, and we'll see the film and see how some of them did. But I thought we accomplished the objective for today. A lot of situation stuff that we covered at the end of the scrimmage, 2-minute last plays, some special situations type stuff, as far as clock management and things like that. But it was a good day. Worked overtime today, and again, just got a lot of special situations covered.
The AP poll came out this morning, and I've talked to you about polls before. Do you talk to your guys about sort of just, I guess, some of this preseason hype? Do you talk to them at all?
Just at the beginning, when I'm making the same point that I always make to y'all, that hey, listen, it doesn't matter that everybody's picking us to do terrible or picking us to win 6 games. It doesn't matter. It's about this room, our effort, how we prepare, what we believe. Your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions, and so forth. And then same thing. Hey, it doesn't matter if we're picked to do well in the preseason. It's just as irrelevant. So we talk usually about it one time, but that's really all. I don't ever bring it up at that point because it's too busy trying to prepare our team for what matters.
Was there a younger player that stood out to you, Mike Williams or anybody like that today?
Mike had a really nice play. TJ Green had a good day. Just a couple of young guys. Gallman continues to impress, taking advantage of his opportunities. Ben Boulware's a guy. I thought Jadar Johnson made a heck of a play over there today. He had a nice interception. We got a bunch of these guys that are flashing. The consistency is the thing, but they all are flashing from time to time.
Is Shaq Lawson going to have an opportunity to help you out this year?
Oh yeah, there's no doubt on Shaq. Yeah, he's of course he was here in the spring, and so he's not. He's a true freshman, but he's had a good amount of water on the bridge. But he's a special player, and he's definitely going to be an impact guy for us.
Did TJ take any good heads to test that knee out?
Yeah, he's practiced well the last few days, and he ran the ball after the catch well. He turned kicks. I mean, he did a little bit of everything. He feels good.
Your freshman running backs, are you going to redshirt them or play them this year? Have you decided?
We have not made that decision. I mean, we're still, got some discussions and evaluations that we got to talk about. The thing, I really like both those guys. We just got to decide. They're capable of playing, both of them. There's no doubt. I mean, both of those. The problem with Tyshawn is they practice in a week. He really got out of the gate really, really good, and was kind of bringing a presence that we really don't have, and then he just hadn't practiced it in quite a while now. So hopefully we'll get him back here soon. But if not, we'll redshirt him. We'll just go from there. But same thing with Gallman. Gallman has been incredibly consistent all camp. He's competed very well. But we feel really good about those 4 guys. So it's hard to play 6 backs. We just got to sit down and really talk through some different scenarios, and then we'll decide. Special teams can be a part of it as well, and how we make that decision.
Any of those freshman DBs sort of solidified that they're going to need to play this year?
Corin Wiggins is definitely a guy that's going to play. And J-Ron, kind of a guy that we feel like he's still a little raw, but we think he's going to be a guy in the mix, but got hurt today. Hopefully it's not bad. I think he separated his shoulder. Hopefully it's not too bad. And then Jadar, I thought started really slow in camp. Started really slow, especially for a guy that went through spring, but has really kind of refocused himself last week and has competed much better. So he's in the mix. And I'll be honest with you, all of those guys have competed well. We've got to again just decide who's most ready. We've got several of them that really can benefit from the red shirt. It's really going to be a close call on a couple of them, just because we got to have enough bodies and enough depth to do what we need to do. I'm really proud of the veteran guys that we do have, because those guys have stepped up. They have competed very well. Getting Martin Jenkins back, was huge for us. So, a week or so ago, we weren't sure on Martin, and he returned a punt today. He did some good things. So we got several of those guys that are still up in there. So we've got to sit down and again evaluate it. And it could change over the next couple of weeks, 3 weeks, first 3 games. It could change. The guy that we maybe want to go in and try to plan the whole, we end up having to play. We just have to see how it falls out.
David, you're 2 weeks out. You're 2 weeks out. You know, you think this team is where it needs to be now as you start getting ready to game plan?
Well, I mean, we're nowhere near the type of team that I think we can be, you know, before this thing is over. But I do think that we are on track as far as the progress that we need to be made, to have been made at this time. We're just beat up. You know, it's been a long camp, very physical camp. These guys are tired of each other, and you know, so but the tough part of it's over. You know, Monday we'll start. We've got another 2 a day, but it'll be a really light practice in the morning. Put the pads back on Monday. Still do some, you know, Clemson versus Clemson work. We'll start that introduction process, you know, to Georgia come Monday. You know, they'll practice a good practice on Tuesday, and then they'll be out of school on Wednesday. So we got to. Now's the time where we got to start getting them back mentally, start getting them back physically, and kind of let them see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I think we've covered just about everything we can do. We've got a few things we got to get done this week with the Beanie Bowl coming up on Friday night and stuff. For the most part, I'm real comfortable with our installation and all the things that we've been able to cover.
Fan appreciation days tomorrow. You know, what kind of opportunity is that to sort of interact with fans?
Well, you know, we haven't really been with our fans since the spring game, and you know, we had a pretty good crowd for that. It's always good to get the Clemson folks together, and you know, I expect that we'll have a really nice crowd tomorrow. Our guys are excited about it. It's always fun to be able to meet, you know, different people and hear everybody's Clemson experiences and stories and so forth. So something that you know, I enjoy.
Go ahead, Craig.
Did you look at all your defensive backs health unit last week? You were really thin in the secondary.
Well, no, we're pretty beat up. You know, we held Robert today, we held Travis today, we held Darius today. So you know, we've got several guys. McKenzie has kind of, you know, not been able to do a whole lot the last couple days. Had made a little progress, then kind of went backwards on us. So he didn't do anything today. So we're still got several guys that have been out. But Travis will be fine and Robert will be fine. Probably would have held them today or limited them today, even if they would have been cleared to go. It was good. It's good to get all those guys working. You know, Jadar and Gohagan and J-Ron and Corin, they need as much work as they can get. Taylor Watson. So those guys are benefiting from those extra reps.
Adrian Baker back?
Not yet. He's been out too. So, and he's a guy again that was probably having as good a camp as anybody prior to getting hurt. We'll see, you know, how he continues. He looks better, but he still can't practice.
Roderick has that experience, but Zach seems to have had the hot hand. Is it and such? I mean, in a first game like you had against Georgia, I mean, do you outweigh one over the other?
Well, Rod's our starter. I mean, he's clearly earned the right to be the starter. We limited him today as well, but he can't do it by himself. I mean, we're going to be a running back by committee, and that's fine. I mean, when you do what we do, you play as many snaps as we play. He's got to be able to have a good crop of guys. They can, you know,